Have you ever wondered how crucial national security is in the face of terrorism threats? In our world today, the threat of terrorism is an ever-present reality, a shadow lurking in the corners of society, waiting to strike fear into the hearts of the innocent. One such example that serves to remind us of the importance of national security is the ANZAC Day terror plot. ANZAC Day, a national day of remembrance in Australia and New Zealand, is a day when people honor those who served and died in various conflicts throughout history. With dawn services, parades, and gatherings, this day holds a significant place in the hearts of these nations. But let's rewind to the year 2015, a year when this sacred day was targeted for a heinous act of terror. A group of individuals, allegedly inspired by the ideology of the Islamic State, hatched a plan to disrupt the peace and unity symbolized by ANZAC Day. Their target? The ANZAC Day Parade in Melbourne, an event that draws thousands of attendees each year. The suspected terrorists aimed to use firearms and knives to attack not only police officers, but also the attendees of this significant event. A plot designed to instill fear and sow discord in the society that stood united in remembrance. But thanks to the diligent efforts of law enforcement agencies, including the Australian Federal Police and the Victoria Police, this plot was uncovered. Through intelligence gathering and surveillance, authorities were alerted to the impending danger. Coordinated raids and arrests were conducted, apprehending several individuals and seizing weapons and other evidence. This foiled plot underlines the importance of national security and the ongoing threat of terrorism in our society. It serves as a stark reminder of the vital role that intelligence sharing, cooperation among law enforcement agencies, and robust security measures play in preserving peace and public safety. Let's dive into the chronology of the ANZAC Day terror plot that shook the nation. Join us as we unravel the intricate details of this plotted attack and how it was thwarted, showcasing the resilience of law enforcement and security agencies. Let's delve into a tale of terror, resilience, and the unyielding spirit of a nation. Every terror plot starts with an idea, a plan. The ANZAC Day plot was no different. In the shadows of society, a group of individuals began to conspire. Their minds were allegedly clouded with the ideology of the Islamic State, a radical belief system that justified acts of violence and terror. What they had in mind was not a mere act of protest or disruption. They were planning an attack of terrifying proportions. Their objective? The ANZAC Day commemorations in Melbourne, a significant national day of remembrance in Australia and New Zealand. ANZAC Day honors the soldiers who served and died in various conflicts. It was this very symbol of unity and respect that they sought to target, a calculated move to strike fear, cause chaos, and sow discord. The tools of their planned onslaught were as chilling as their intentions: firearms and knives. These were not weapons chosen at random. Firearms, with their long-range lethality, were intended to sow panic from a distance. Knives, on the other hand, were for close-quarters combat, a horrifying prospect that would instill a deep sense of fear and terror. Their targets were not just any bystanders. They planned to strike at the heart of order and security, to target police officers. By aiming their violence at those sworn to protect, they hoped to shatter the illusion of safety and security. Attendees of the ANZAC Day event were also in their crosshairs, innocent civilians whose only intention was to pay their respects to the fallen. The planning of this attack was meticulous and cold-hearted, carried out by individuals who had lost sight of humanity's shared values of peace and respect. They were driven by a misguided belief that their actions would serve a higher cause, a belief fueled by the extremist ideology of the Islamic State. But as with every plan, there are always those working to uncover and thwart it. Intelligence gathering and surveillance, the unsung heroes of national security. The plot to disrupt the sanctity of ANZAC Day did not go unnoticed by our vigilant authorities. The Australian Federal Police, or AFP, and Victoria Police had their radars tuned to the subtle signals of this imminent threat. It was through their meticulous intelligence gathering and careful surveillance that the dark intentions of this group of individuals came to light. The authorities were not just dealing with a hypothetical threat. They were facing a planned attack involving firearms and knives, with police officers and innocent attendees of the ANZAC Day event in the crosshairs. The stakes were high. The intended attack was not just about causing harm. It was an attempt to instill fear, to sow discord among the peaceful citizens of Australia. A coordinated response was needed, and the law enforcement agencies rose to the occasion. The AFP and Victoria Police conducted synchronized raids and arrests leading up to the sacred Day of Remembrance. The operations were a testament to their dedication and professionalism. They were stepping into the unknown, facing a potential danger head-on, all in the service of protecting their fellow citizens. During these operations, several individuals were apprehended. The arrests were not just about bringing these individuals to justice, but also about disrupting the plot. Every arrest was a step towards dismantling the plan, towards ensuring that ANZAC Day could be commemorated in peace and respect. But the arrests were not the only successful outcome of these operations. The law enforcement agencies also seized weapons and other evidence. These seizures were crucial. They not only provided tangible proof of the plot, but also deprived the plotters of their means to carry out the attack. The weapons that could have been used to cause harm were now in the hands of the authorities, neutralizing the threat. The discovery and prevention of the ANZAC Day terror plot were a triumph of intelligence gathering and surveillance. The successful thwarting of the plan was a testament to the effectiveness of these methods, and it was a reminder of their importance in maintaining national security. But the story does not end with the arrests and the seizures. The foiled plot had far-reaching implications. It underscored the ongoing threat of terrorism in Australia and highlighted the need for robust security measures during significant national events. It underscored the importance of cooperation among law enforcement agencies, of sharing intelligence and resources to detect and prevent such threats. The incident served as a stark reminder of the persistent threat posed by terrorism. But it also demonstrated the resilience of our law enforcement and security agencies. It showed their capability to respond to and neutralize such threats, to protect the public and uphold national security. Through these efforts, a potential disaster was averted. The ANZAC Day terror plot was uncovered, the planned attack was prevented, and the people of Australia could commemorate their heroes in peace. And that, in the end, is the true victory. Actions have consequences, and the foiled terror plot led to significant changes. The aftermath of the thwarted ANZAC Day attack saw a marked shift in the way security measures were approached during national observances in Australia and New Zealand. The intention to disrupt a day of remembrance and unity had been laid bare, and the response was a firm commitment to ensure the safety of all attendees. In the wake of the foiled plot, ANZAC Day commemorations took on a new layer of security. The usual solemn gatherings were now punctuated by a heightened police presence. Law enforcement officers were no longer just part of the crowd. They were the watchful guardians, their eyes scanning the surroundings, ever vigilant for any signs of trouble. But it wasn't just the increased police presence that was noticeable. Security screenings became a common sight at these gatherings. Attendees were subjected to checks as they made their way to the commemorative events. This was a stark reminder of the times we live in, where even in moments of collective remembrance, we cannot let down our guard. Crowd control measures also saw significant changes. Barriers were erected, routes were planned with safety in mind, and emergency evacuation plans were put in place. The aim was to create an environment where people could pay their respects without fear, where the focus could remain on the sacrifice of those brave individuals who served and died in various conflicts. The aftermath of the foiled ANZAC Day terror plot also highlighted the importance of cooperation and intelligence sharing among law enforcement agencies. The successful prevention of the planned attack was a testament to their collective efforts and their commitment to protect the public. The ANZAC Day terror plot serves as a stark reminder of the persistent threat of terrorism and the importance of vigilance. It underscores the need to remain alert and ready to counter extremist ideologies and prevent acts of violence. It's a reminder that we must remain united, resilient, and steadfast in our commitment to preserving peace and upholding national security. In the face of terror, resilience and cooperation reign supreme. The ANZAC Day terror plot, a chilling reminder of the persistent threat posed by extremist ideologies, was a testament to the power of intelligence sharing and interagency cooperation. A group, allegedly inspired by the Islamic State's ideology, had planned to disrupt a significant national day of remembrance with an attack. Their target? The ANZAC Day parade in Melbourne, aiming to strike fear and sow discord. However, through diligent intelligence gathering and surveillance, the Australian Federal Police and Victoria Police were able to uncover this plot, apprehend the individuals involved, and seize their weapons, thwarting the potential terrorist attack. This incident underscored the importance of robust security measures and the necessity of continued vigilance in the face of terrorism. The ANZAC Day terror plot serves as a stark reminder of the resilience of law enforcement and the power of collective action. Remember, it's our collective vigilance and resilience that keep us safe in the face of threats.